How's it going, Eliminators? Today, we're going to be doing an unboxing of a brand new Oregon LM300 40-volt cordless electric lawnmower. With that being said, let's get right into it. We're going to be unboxing this thing in today's video, but first I wanted to show you why I went ahead and bought this unit. So in front of me, I have two riding lawnmowers, and they are both the Allis-Chalmers brand. These are some old school riding mowers, but they do start, run, drive, and they do cut grass. Now I took these on a trade-in, as well as this Snowmaster 828 snowblower here. And my customer basically said that I could have all three of these units because he was moving from a larger area into a house that had a very small lawn. And he wanted to get rid of all of this stuff without having the hassle of posting it to Kijiji or Facebook and having to deal with people giving him lowball offers. The first riding mower here up at the front, this is the larger one. The model is a T816, and it has a Briggs & Stratton opposed cylinder, 16 horsepower. The one back here has a larger 20.5 horsepower, same opposed cylinder engine. So the smaller one has a larger engine than the bigger one. This one here is more of a lawn tractor than a riding lawnmower because the wheels are bolted similar to that of a vehicle. And it also has a rear PTO, so you can attach like a tiller or anything you want off of the back of this thing. And basically my customer said, you know, hey, I don't want a gas powered mower. I want to go with something electric. So I sent him some pictures and I said, you know, I can get one of these Oregon units at cost because I'm a dealer. And he agreed with that. He liked the way that it looked and saw the reviews. So I'm going to open this thing up and I'm just going to basically do a little overview of it. All right, so I pulled this into the shop because I believe it's about to rain, but I just wanted to do a little unboxing here today because I don't do too many of them on my channel. Looks like we have the rear bagger cover. That's plastic, and you're going to see quite a bit of that. We have some hardware here. Obviously, some assembly is going to be required here. We have some more plastic shroud here. Put that off to the side with everything else, and I'll just try to build a little pile here. We have a metal handle here. That's going to be one of them. There should be another one down in there. I've never had one of these in the shop before, so I was quite curious as to, you know, do a little unboxing here, see what makes them tick. And here we go. So we're getting at the mower now. There we go. Pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and then I'll bring you back. So here it is, the Oregon LM300. Like I said, you guys are going to be seeing quite a bit of plastic here. We got plastic wheels front and back, and plastic deck on the LM300 model. So there's two different models that Oregon makes for their lawnmowers. There's going to be the 16-inch cut, and it's referred to as a 17-inch mower. This is the LM300. It has a bag on the back, which we'll get into, and this model is bag only. They also have an LM400. I'll put a picture up on screen so you guys can see it. The LM400 is quite a bit different. It has the same 40-volt brushless motor, which we're going to get into as well. However, it has a steel deck. So unlike the plastic deck, that is going to end up rusting, and if you don't maintain it properly, could end up rotting out. However, the main difference between the LM300 bag-only mower and the LM400 is that the LM400 is what's known as a 3-in-1. So you can bag with it, you can remove the bag and mulch with it. However, it also has a side discharge chute that you can open up and side discharge as well. And the other difference is going to be the LM300 here takes one battery, and the LM400 can take two batteries. So you get a little bit of extra cutting time on that mower. Now, I'm not going to be showing you guys the assembly of this unit. Just follow the instructions. These things are pretty straightforward. We're just going to be hooking up the handles to the mounts and, you know, screwing on some knobs. Okay, now interestingly enough, I've gone through all of the stuff that I've taken out of the box, and I just double checked the box itself because I was looking for some type of assembly manual to help me piece all this stuff together. I even flipped this mower upside down just to look underneath to see if they tape a bag under there with, you know, the manual, and it appears that they don't supply you with a paper manual like they would, you know, with any other kinds of mowers that you've bought in the past. So I'm going to put a picture up on screen. The first thing I did was went to Google and I typed in Oregon LM300 manual, and sure enough, Oregon supplies you with your own PDF file. I downloaded it right to my phone, so everything's digital now. They probably do that to save on paper, you know, environmental stuff and whatnot. So now I have a manual right on my phone, and I can just flip through the pages digitally on my phone while I'm assembling this for all the help that I need. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and assemble this, and with a little bit of camera magic, I'll bring you back. And just like that, the mower is assembled. The only thing that took me a little while was piecing the two black plastic pieces of the bag together. Everything snaps together on this unit. I'll go over that in a bit. But you're going to notice that there's two washers sitting on my lift table here. But basically you take that lower handle section, and all you have to do is slide these black plastic pieces onto the bar, and then go ahead and put these little adjuster knobs onto the threaded studs there coming out of the mower. Now in the diagram, it did not say to use a washer in behind this knob here. However, it did say to use the washer in behind the knob up here on the secondary or the upright handle. So they supplied me with 4 washers, yet in the diagram it only shows you to use 2. As for the bag, well, the bag here is 2 pieces of plastic, and everything snaps together using just these little snap connectors here. And then once you get those snapped together, then you take your gray upper piece and then you snap that in, and then it holds everything nice and firm. And then there's a handle as well that you just line up and push down, and that snaps into position as well. And then if you want to release the bag, you just open this up and it just pulls out. Simple as that. You have a little window here that you can open up. Again, just a little cheap piece of plastic, but you can see kind of where your grass level is, and they also vent it so that you know, it vents air out as it's filling up with grass. There's a little key switch here, so this key just looks like that. So that goes in there, and then turn that on, key doesn't come out, and then turn it off, key comes out. And then when you go ahead to turn it on, then the mower should be on. However, we need to go over the battery and the charger, which I'll get to now. So Oregon has made its Power Now system. This is a lithium-ion battery. It's a 40 volt, and it is what's known as a 4 amp hour battery. Now, there's different batteries that you can get, which I will go over. There's going to be a 2.6 amp hour battery. There's going to be the 4 amp hour battery, and then there's going to be the 6 amp hour battery. Obviously, the 2.6 is going to be the most affordable, the 4 amp hour is going to be the mid-range, and the 6 is going to be your top-end premium. So the higher the number, the longer the battery will last while cutting. Now, Oregon has designed this Power Now system basically to use one battery in a wide range of products, which I can put a picture up on screen. Basically, they have leaf blowers, weed trimmers, you know, anything you would think of that you would use around your home, but also something really cool that I bought as well that I'll be doing a future review on. And one of those products is the Oregon WL275 cordless work light. So this thing works with an AC/DC adapter, so you can plug it in and run it direct, but it also has a battery pack on the back of it that does take the Oregon Power Now Lithium-Ion battery system. So you go ahead and drop one of these bad boys in, and this thing can run for pretty much 24 hours straight, cordless. You can take it wherever you want. This thing would be sweet for camping. I ended up picking this up at cost for a relatively low price. However, you have to factor in the cost of batteries, and obviously you need Oregon's proprietary charger. If you plug that in with a battery in there, it will not charge the battery. You have to get the charger that goes with this Power Now battery system. So I have the base charger here. You're going to notice that this one is black plastic. This is Oregon's regular speed charger. They do have a red high speed or rapid charger that they sell. Obviously, it's more money. However, if you were using this battery system on something like a leaf blower or a weed trimmer, and then you wanted to cut the grass as well, you could go ahead and buy the rapid charger and then just get maybe one 6 amp hour battery, and then you could rapid charge it and then get back to cutting, or trimming after you cut. But essentially this just plugs into the wall at the back there, and then we have some lights up here that I'll go over in a video that I did yesterday, because this battery is already fully charged and I wanted to have everything ready to show you guys today. I have the 4 amp hour Power Now Oregon battery here. Again, this is 40 volt. And to check the charge, you just have to depress that button there. You guys can see that this came out of the box with about 50% charge. So on the charger here, we have these 4 prongs at the back, and they're going to line up to these slots right there. And we're just going to lay the battery down and then push it back into the charger here. So once you get the battery plugged in, you're going to notice that there's going to be some lights up here at the top. So a flashing green light means that the battery is charging, and a solid green light is going to let you know that the battery is charged. Now, if you have a flashing red light, it's going to let you know that the battery has no power at all. And if the red light is solid, then that means that the battery is too hot and you're going to have to let it sit for a little period to cool down. So if you just finished using it and you tried to plug it in to charge it, then you're going to have to wait a little bit. So the benefit of having the 6 amp hour battery, you're going to have an extended battery life. So my customer, since he chose the LM300, which was the smaller model, instead of the bigger LM400, then I figured we could go with this 4 amp hour battery, because he only has about 2,000 square foot of grass to cut, and it will be a good matchup between the smaller lawnmower and the mid-grade battery. And like I said, once the battery is finished charging, you guys should see a solid green light to indicate that the battery is fully charged. So like I said, the battery's already charged, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to plug this thing in. It's super simple. But before I do that, I just wanted to go over cost with you, because, with electric mowers, you are running into the added cost of now battery packs and chargers, where if you were just buying a gas-powered lawnmower, all you really have to factor in is going to be your fuel, and you can get fuel pretty much anywhere. But with these new battery packs, you need the manufacturer's proprietary battery design, and of course the proprietary design charger as well. Now, getting further into that cost, I don't mind sharing with you what my price for this model is. As I said, I buy it direct from the manufacturer, which is going to be Oregon, so I get a bit of a discount. So with that being said, this mower here lists at $269 Canadian for the unit itself. So that's called tool only in the trade. My price for this unit was $205. Now, again, I had to buy the battery separately, and the cost for the 4 amp hour Power Now Oregon battery was $142. That's what I spent for that battery there. And then I had to buy the charger, which cost me $51 for the regular speed base model charger. If I wanted to buy the red rapid charger, my price would have been $72 for that. And if I wanted to buy the 6 amp hour battery instead of the 4 amp hour battery, believe it or not, my cost for the 6 amp hour battery would have been $204. So again, $205 for the unit, and it would have been $204 for the premium battery. So you could see that, the cost of batteries, they're not cheap at all. There's quite a bit of technology and obviously quite a bit of costs that go into these lithium-ion batteries. And you can just see there that the premium battery costs $1 less than the unit itself. And that's my cost direct from the manufacturer. So I'm assuming that with a markup, the premium battery pretty much costs just as much as a unit itself for the LM300. So now that we've gone over the pricing for the unit, the battery, and the charger that I picked out, I just wanted to quickly reference the warranty. The units that they sell have 3-year warranties, and the battery and the charger has its own separate 2-year warranty. So, that's not too bad for something that, is made out of quite a bit of plastic, and I don't think that's all that bad. Now, with that being said, I did go ahead and print out the Oregon's outdoor power equipment product listing here. This basically just shows your lawn equipment. It doesn't show the cordless light that I ended up buying as well. So they do have, like I said, a wide range of products, but we can see here they have the CS300 chainsaw. You got some pole saws up here. We have some trimmers right here, and of course the LM300 LM300 and the LM400, and I just wrote a couple notes here while I was going over some of this information with my customer. And then here is their product listing for the Power Now lithium-ion battery packs. I scratched out the 2.6 amp hour battery because I knew that I wouldn't be needing it for the lawnmower itself because it's quite small for the mower, but obviously there's your 4 amp and 6 amp hour battery. And then we have here the C650 battery charger, that's the base one, and then here is the red rapid charger. And then over here you have your battery models here, as well as your charger models there, so you guys can see the amount of charging time each battery would take. Now, since I went with the LM300 mower, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the specifications. The cutting width is a 16-inch. I'm not too sure why some people refer to these as a 17-inch mower. However, that is the true cutting width. It is a 16-inch. Easily adjustable cutting height, which we're going to get into. That's the handle on the side, and I can show you guys that. And then here is the 13.2 gallon debris bag. Again, had a little trouble putting that together, but in the end, it went together smoothly. And if you'll notice the top point there, brushless motor, that is going to be on both the LM300 and the LM400. So a brushless mower is obviously going to give you more lifetime because you're not going to have to be replacing the brushes all the time. So with that being said, let's get this battery into this mower here. So the first thing we're going to do is come down to this button, and you're going to depress that button there and open up your battery tray. On the bottom edge of this battery, there is a groove there. We are going to be lining that groove up with that slot on the bottom of the battery tray there. Now, once you get that lined up, simply push down on your battery until you hear the click. Just like that. We can now lower our battery into position and push that down until you hear the click. Now you can see when I put the battery in that the key was in the on position. It doesn't really matter. You're not going to automatically fire this thing up. You can see I just turned the key with the battery on. This thing doesn't start on its own. You have to go ahead and use the safety switch on the handle. Now this mower does weigh 36 pounds, so I do not recommend lifting it by the handle up here. Go ahead and grab the actual lift handle, which is right here at the center of the mower, and then we're going to go ahead and lift this up and then put it down on the ground just like that. 36 pounds isn't all that heavy, but they don't recommend that you lift this mower by the handle here because they're just held in by the wing nuts onto the metal studs that come out of that. And, you know, it's not designed to be lifted that way. Now, before I bring this mower outside, I just wanted to point out that the manual did say that we should install the blade. However, the blade was already pre-installed with the bolt tightened on this particular mower. It came like that direct from the manufacturer. I also keep forgetting that this thing is electric, so I'm just going to fire it up in here. We're going to go ahead and turn the key on, and then I'm going to come up to the handle here, and I just wanted to show you the safety switch. So if you go ahead and pull your handle with the key in the on position, nothing happens, and that's because there is a safety switch right here. So with the red button on the side of the handle depressed, we'll go ahead and pull our lever. And that's as loud as it gets, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the bag and show you the little safety sticker on the back of this thing to show you just how loud this unit is. So we'll go ahead and lift up this cover, and it might be difficult to see, but I'll try to zoom in. The bag is held in by those little gray plastic tabs there. So we can go ahead and just lift up like that and simply remove the bag as easy as that. And then down here, I wanted to show you this. This is all your certifications and whatnot. But if you look right here, we can see that it has a decibel rating of 96 decibels. It is technically a 36 volt, but they're referred to as a 40 volt. And it runs at about 18 amps. And there's your model number and all your information there, as well as your serial number at the bottom. And even though it says that you're not supposed to be able to mulch with this mower, I just wanted to see if I could engage the motor with the bag out, if there was some type of safety switch. So sure enough, you can, and there is not a safety switch. So even though they say you're not supposed to mulch with this machine, I don't know if it would work, if it would clog up. I'm not too sure, to be honest with you guys. I also don't really want to go ahead and use this thing to cut my yard because at the end of the day, it is for a customer, so I don't want to be using and abusing it too much. Basically, this video was just going to be a quick little unboxing. You know, I put the thing together, show you guys what the future of grass cutting looks like, and you know, hopefully I don't have to be working on these things in about 5 or 10 years, because, you know, I really don't like working on electric mowers. I'm a carb clean guy. You know, if it comes in and it doesn't run, chances are it's the carburetor. And cleaning and rebuilding a carburetor, you know, adjusting the valves, doing all that stuff is very easy for me. But sooner or later, I'm going to have to learn how to do an electrical diagnostic on one of these machines. So now that I've gone over all of that, I just wanted to quickly go over the range that you'll get out of these batteries. So one of the big things is that the LM300, again, only takes one battery, and you can get the dual battery in the LM400, which will give you more range. And there is a little bit of battery math that you can do, and some customers have kind of mixed and matched to see what suits them best. But I can give you the specs for this LM300 here. With the 4 amp hour battery on this LM300, you should get approximately 5,000 square foot of cutting range. Now, obviously, there's going to be some variables in there that will factor into how much range you can get out of this battery, and that's going to be things like you know, how long is the grass, how dense is the grass, because there's all different kinds of, you know, strains of grass, and some grow thicker than others. The more frequently you cut, obviously your grass isn't going to grow that tall, so it's not going to be putting as much load on that motor. Now, my customer did give me a rough estimate that the yard at the house that he's moving into is approximately 2,000 square foot. And with the 4 amp hour battery giving you approximately 5,000 square foot of cutting range on the LM300, we figured that was a good matchup. It will allow him to cut possibly 2 grass cuttings out of 1 full charge, or if he has to skip a week of cutting due to heavy rain and the grass gets a little thicker and longer, then he should have no problems with the range and the life of that battery. And then he can go ahead and charge it, leave it on charge until the next week, and he should be good to go. I guess that would be the benefit of getting the larger, more expensive LM400 mower, because there's going to be the dual battery slots. So if you found that you had a 4 amp hour battery and it just wasn't cutting it, you could always add the cheaper 2.6 amp hour battery. You could run dual 4 amp hour batteries, or you could run one 6 amp hour battery. The only thing is, you really don't know what you need until after you use the mower, because again, you kind of have to do this battery math and figure out how long you're going to be able to cut if you're going to be able to do a whole lawn. And unfortunately, you don't want to end up buying another battery that you won't be able to use in the future. So if you did have this mower and then you had something else like a trimmer as well, go ahead and cut your grass with the mower, and then when you're done with that, swap it into your trimmer and finish up all those corner spots that you missed. That's basically what the Oregon Power Now system has been designed for. Multiple use items with one battery pack that you can pretty much interchange in all of them. And I just wanted to mention that I do have a Black & Decker cordless electric trimmer. I recommend them to customers because every springtime I get a whole whack of weed trimmers into my shop with, you know, gummed up carburetors because a customer left some old gas in it. And one of the biggest benefits of having a cordless trimmer is that you put the battery in, you press the button, and away you go every single spring. So with that being said, I may end up listing my Black & Decker cordless trimmer online for sale, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and pick up one of these Oregon cordless trimmers. Then I can use it alongside my WL275 cordless work lamp there. And then, like I said, you know, I have all these Oregon products now that I'll be using with one battery and one charger, and I can just keep interchanging them whenever I need. And lastly, I just wanted to go over just how easy it is to adjust the height of this mower. So like I said, with some heavy rains, sometimes, you know, it's not uncommon to skip a week of cutting and then go ahead and cut it the following second week. However, with that, there's going to be some longer, thicker grass. So instead of, you know, setting your mower to a low position and just trying to plow through it, you can raise your mower, go ahead and cut it at a higher position, lower your mower, and then go ahead and cut the grass a second time. And on the Oregon LM300 here, it's quite simple. You're just going to grab a hold of this lever, and then I'll try to get a nice shot of it. You're going to go ahead and lift that up, and we can adjust the height of the mower. It does all 4 wheels at the same time, and then you can go ahead and lower it down just like that. Super simple height adjustment all in one. You don't have to go around and set each tire individually like a lot of older lawnmowers. So you guys can see just how high that lifts that up, and then all the way down into number one, just how low it gets. It's a nice adjustment there. Now, like I said, if this was my machine, I'd take this out into the lawn, go ahead and cut some grass, give you guys a full in-depth review. But again, because it's for a customer, I just don't really feel comfortable with going ahead and using it. I'll let my customer use it. If he has any issues, as always, I stand behind all of my products that I sell, regardless of whether it's a high quality used lawnmower or something new that I ordered. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of my customer 100%, but I'm sure he'll be very pleased once he sees and uses this mower. And before we wrap up today's video, I just wanted to show you how versatile the Oregon Power Now battery system really is. So again, this system was designed to have multiple units all using the same battery pack. And here is the WL275 cordless work lamp. There's the same battery slot at the back, so it takes that same Power Now battery. And I'm just going to show you guys how simple it is to go ahead and depress this. And we're going to go ahead and pull out our battery here. Slide that right out. Let me see, I'm going to have to slide it in one-handed here. But we're able to snap that into position and then spin this around, and it has its own high and low switch here. Just like that. So you guys can see how versatile this system truly is. With the CS300 chainsaw, you could go ahead and plug, let's say, a 4 or a 6 amp hour battery into your chainsaw. Go ahead and trim up your tree. Unplug the battery, put it into your LM300 or LM400 lawnmower, cut the lawn, then take the battery out and put it into your weed trimmer. Trim up all the spots that you missed and couldn't get to with the lawnmower, and then plug it into the leaf blower that Oregon sells, and then clean up your driveway. That's basically what this system has been designed to do, and you guys can see just how simple it is. So again, with that being said, I know I mentioned I'm going to do a future review on this light here, as well as a couple other Oregon products. So like I said, I am going to sell my Black & Decker cordless electric trimmer, and then I'm going to buy Oregon's trimmer so that I can go ahead and swap batteries on any of my Oregon products at any time. And with the 6 amp hour battery in this light, I think they said it would last for up to like 24 hours on high power, because this light here has 2 different power modes here. It might be hard to tell because it's kind of light here, and the camera may not pick it up all that well, but you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, not too in-depth of a review, more of just an unboxing and showing off some new technology. I'm super excited to see all of these new products coming out, and I myself use an electric cordless trimmer. A lot of people find that hard to believe when they come over and ask me what kind of trimmer I recommend, and it's always going to be an electric trimmer. For something that you're just going to use around the house to trim up the corners of your gardens and whatnot where you can't reach with the mower, go ahead and get yourself an electric trimmer. They're great. Like I said, you plug the battery in, press the button, and away you go. You don't have to worry about mixing fuel and changing your air filter, your spark plug, or your fuel filter, or maintaining the thing, or spending like $90 to $100 on a carb clean and full service next time the carb gums up due to old fuel being left in the fuel tank. I also wanted to quickly mention that this was kind of like a handshake deal. So my customer brought over the equipment that you saw me show off there to trade in, and he wanted a cordless mower. I went over pretty much any option that I had to offer him, and he ended up choosing the smaller LM300. Then we kind of worked out what battery he would need, and then obviously I went with the base model charger. So my total cost in this was about $397 Canadian, and I already have a buyer lined up for both of the Allis Chalmers riding mowers in their current condition, which is the best deal for me. I don't have to do any work. My customer is going to fully service both of those units himself, but as an added bonus, he's going to buy all of the parts to do that off of me, and I've agreed to give him a nice deal on said parts. As for the snowblower, I'll probably have to hang on to that for a little bit, but I am going to make a few $100s in profit off of this sale. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my customer, thank him for trading in that equipment, and I hope he's happy with this 40-volt cordless electric Oregon LM300 lawnmower. And again, I will be doing a future product review on that WL275 cordless Oregon work lamp, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, think about leaving me a thumbs up. You know, it really helps me out. You can click here to subscribe and click over here to watch one of my previous videos. I upload every single week, so be sure to stop on by next week, check channel out for new content. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.